Hi, how are you? I'm Anita Goa, and welcome to Philosophy Friday. I can't believe it's Friday already. I feel like it was just Friday, and time goes by just so quickly. But the theme this week is asana, yoga postures. So I hope that you enjoyed and got something out of the tutorial that I gave on Tuesday and the workout that I gave on Wednesday. This week, I just want to go just a little bit behind the philosophy of asana. Basically, asana translates to creating your own seat. And that means that the way that I understand and the way that I can explain it is, we're born very pure. I see this through my son, and we have no inhibitions. We're starry-eyed and we're bright. And then we go through life and we get a knock here, a hit here, a bang there. And, parents do things that maybe we don't agree with. And, all of this stuff has imprinted itself into the body. Maybe we feel bad about ourselves because of all of that, and low self-esteem and so on and so forth. So we come on to the yoga mat, and we go through all of these different categories and subcategories that I mentioned on Tuesday. And we notice that we're a little tight here, we're a little weak there. And as we practice, we start to notice that we open up. The back bends are all about opening ourselves up to the world. The forward bends are about surrendering, into the moment of letting go of stuff we don't need. The twists are there to, wring out the impurities, and also part of sort of letting go of stuff, cleansing. The inverted poses are about turning ourselves upside down so we get a new perspective. The meditation is there to contemplate stuff, different things. And also the relaxation is there to, help to bring it all together. So within going through all of these different positions, we let go of what we don't need and we bring in what we need. So it happens very much on a very organic level. In the beginning, we might not even notice that it happens, but then as we go along, we start to notice that there are changes happening, that maybe we had a lot of anger issues and now we feel less angry, or maybe we were depressed and now we feel a little bit more happy. Maybe before we felt more confused and now we're starting to get more clarity. So we're starting to get to know ourselves better, and the better we get to know ourselves, the more we create that seat. We feel stronger, we feel more grounded, more connected, more expanded, more lengthened. Like there are possibilities within who we are, and we accept ourselves for who we are, that we don't really need to change to become somebody else. So that's really what asana is. The rishis that design these asanas, it's talked a lot about in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. This is one book that I recommend. It's sort of like the Yoga Sutras, which is a little bit more about the mind, Raja Yoga, but the Hatha Yoga Pradipika is all about the yoga poses. So the rishis that created these yoga poses, they were sitting in the woods and they were meditating, and they noticed that as they looked at the animals were naturally stretching and moving as connected units. They started to use a lot of the same positions like the animals do. That's how you got upward facing dog and downward facing dog, and you got eagle pose and you got crow pose. So they used these positions to, clear toxins and impurities and become looser in their bodies, because they noticed that the more comfortable they were in their bodies, the clearer they were in their minds, so it was easier for them to meditate that way. So that's how the asanas, came along, all to help the spiritual progress, to be able to sit and meditate. So I think that's interesting. So, when you go through all of this, you get to know yourself better, as I said. And then once you know yourself better and you can clear the way, then you can start to realize your own potential. that you don't have to sit there maybe and feel sorry for yourself all the time. Sometimes you're allowed to do it, but not forever. And you can change the things that you can change, and you just accept the things that you can't change. You know, I mentioned in my tutorial that I'm not so good at backbending. I'm getting better at backbending, but forward bending is sort of my strength. So, and it sort of resonates a lot with my own personality, because I think I'm extremely good at surrendering. You could throw me anything and I would get through it. I'm a survivor. Backward bending, you know, deals a little bit more with opening up the heart. And although I'm a very open person, and when I walk down the street and I meet people, they will tell me all of their deepest, darkest secrets, and feel very comfortable with that. But I think when it comes to, you know, having more of an open heart, it has more to do with me opening myself up, because I'm much more of a private person. I am a Scorpio. So, you know, sort of that secretiveness is there, although I never intend to be secretive. It's just that I don't really have any need for talking about myself. I like to be in the background, I like to observe, and that's what I like to do. But I sort of, the universe keeps pushing me forward. And for me to even sit here and talk to you in this way is like I'm strengthening a muscle that has never been strengthened. And that's why I was scared to do it. But it's fun. I'm getting to know myself a lot. I am sort of strengthening my own seat in the process of doing this. So it's interesting. Anyway, another book that I wanted to mention is called Hatha Yoga, The Hidden Language. I'll put down these books below, but this talks about all different kinds of poses and the philosophy behind them, and, you know, little things that you can remind yourself of. And also the myths of asana, great one. So these are good, you know, to take your knowledge of asana, you know, to the next step. Once you know how to do the asanas and you feel comfortable in them, you want to learn a little bit more about them. There's all this philosophy behind them that's interesting, so that you can sort of hook on your own experiences with. So realizing our own potential is not just about, you know, moving forward and getting more and more and more successful. You know, it is also a lot about just sometimes just accepting where you're at and knowing that, you know, that's the place maybe you're supposed to be at this point. And even if it's challenging and it's uncomfortable, to be able to breathe there and to stay there until the storm has passed, that's also extremely valuable. I was reading this article in the New York Times magazine this week about what if the secret to success is failure. So it's, you know, it's not just about becoming successful, but it's also about knowing how to deal with the failures and not feel bad about yourself about that and beating yourself up. So anyway, I could go on and on and on, looks like. I wanted to try to make these videos a little bit shorter, like 5 minutes, but I'm like 3 minutes, 4 minutes over. I hope that this was helpful, and let me know what you think. I love to hear from you. Have a beautiful day. Bye.